from me, George Riley. Welcome to London. We're on Westminster Bridge today. Pretty miserable day, but this is the great capital of England, the home of Big Ben. Parliament, the London Eye, at 135 metres, the world's tallest Ferris wheel. Trafalgar Square, the National Gallery, the Queen's House, Tower Bridge, and London is also home to an engaged Super League side keen to prove their playoff pedigree. Harlequins Rugby League. We're going to meet the chaps inside HMS President at the Royal Navy base just behind us. They were formed as part of Fulham FC in 1980 before evolving into London Crusaders and then London Broncos for a time, and now wearing the famous colours of Harlequins Rugby League. A couple of years, the last 2 years in fact, they've hovered just outside the playoff picture with the expanded Super League in terms of top 8 now. They'll be hoping to go one better this year. 66-1 though with the RFL's official bookmakers William Hill to win Engage Super League in 2009. Brian McDermott, the coach, will at the very least be targeting playoff football.
There's only 14 teams in the league, so I think it's an obvious one. Everyone wants top 8 because of it.
So what's a little bit further than that? Have you set any targets yet? Obviously you're still involved in pre-season, but I know you will have aims.
We're here to win games, aren't we? And we're here to win competitions, and I make no apologies. We're here to win the competition. I know everyone's a little bit iffy about saying something as brash as that, but that's what we're here to do, and we're going to go balls out and try and do that. Now, we need to finish as high up the table as we possibly can. First would be great, but wherever we're going to finish, we're doing it with the aim of winning the competition. So I'm not mincing around this year about where we should finish and where we'd like to finish, and top 8's a goal and all that stuff. We're here to win the competition. That's what we're going to try and do.
And is that the message you've conveyed to your players, and do you see that on the training pitch, players who want to be champion?
No, I think that's the message they've conveyed to me, that we missed out on playoffs in the first year was here, then we did it again last year, and you know, we're all paid to do a job, and it's the overriding message that I got from those fellas was that why set goals, why even bother saying, well, that would be acceptable, you know, finishing 3rd or 4th or 5th would be acceptable when the job is to finish as high up the table as we can.
You've made quite a few changes this season, quite a few wins, quite a few outs. You've lost some big names, but you brought in a couple as well. Dorn returning, Luke Williamson should add quite a lot of go forward as well.
Yeah, we got a couple of back rowers from overseas there that are going to bring us a huge amount of experience and give us a huge amount of game time, you know, actually on the field. Dorn, he probably needs no talking up. He did real well at Cast there, and has come back to us, and he was one of the most important players in the competition last year. So while we've lost some very good players with the likes of Martin McClendon and Henry Paul and Scott Hill, I think we've replaced those, you know, and the balance of our squad now, when you look at it down on paper, which I know is nonsense when you look at things on paper, when you look at things on paper, it's a lot more of a balanced squad this year than it ever has been.
Well, last time I spoke to this bloke, I was doing a scouting report at Headingley ahead of the World Cup. England rising stars who could potentially make a breakthrough into the World Cup squad. And after that game, he broke his wrist. Well, during that game, and afterwards he came out with his hand in a sling. So, first of all, Louie McCarthy-Scarsbrook, my apologies.
That's all right, yeah.
I seem to put the curse on you, but you're all mended now. You're in good form, and
yes, yeah,
you're chomping at the bit, aren't you, ahead of this season?
Definitely, yeah. Can't wait for the season to start. And the voodoo curse by you. So it's just waiting for the season to start, really.
That was a disappointment you could have done without, but I know you approached that injury layoff with a smile on your face, and you got back and you were playing competitive rugby league again at the end of the season. Yeah,
I was out for 4 months, a long 4 months as well, getting flogged by Billy. Just as I come back, I was raring to go on all cylinders, and it was a good end to the season, I thought, by me. There's a real sense of optimism, speaking to the other chaps around pre-season here, about what Harlequins could possibly achieve this year. Yeah, it is. We're looking forward, looking upwards as well. We've had a good pre-season, and hopefully we can win something this year. I certainly want to win something this year. Yeah, Brian McDermott's been talking big. I said to him, well, playoffs, and he looked at me as if to say we can do a lot better than that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't mention the playoffs. We want to be in the playoffs, and we want to win stuff as a club, because with winning stuff is the club getting bigger, and then more you guys coming down and talking to us. Yeah, well, it's always a pleasure to do so. I'll be there first game of the season against the Bradford Bulls. Is that a fixture you're already looking at and thinking how many days we've got to go till we get started again? Yeah, I think we are, yeah. I think we're looking at all the season to come down, and we can't wait. We can't wait to play Bradford. I think every pre-season game is just looking at Bradford, what we can do, to improve for Bradford. That's all we're looking at, really.
We've got a squad that's pushing each other all the way, so hopefully it'll, like he says, we'll be a championship side rather than a 9th or a 10th finish side.
You've been a mainstay of this Quins side over the past few years, and well, the Broncos as it was as well. This summer in particular, there've been quite a few comings, quite a few goings. How would you rate the strength of this squad in terms of what you've seen over the last few years?
Yeah, well, really since I've been here, for depth in the squad and competition for each place, it's probably the highest standard that I've been involved with, so really looking forward to what's ahead. That's
some statement, really, considering it, some of the quality you have played with. I mean, you've lost quality, but you brought in, I think, Brian McDermott saying he's really keen to have Luke Dorn back. Luke Williamson as well will add a lot.
Yeah, definitely. There's been good players and individuals in other teams and things like that, but as far as the squad goes, this is the best squad we've had. That, as I say, competition for places, and everyone, including myself, if we're not up to scratch, we'll be out.
I can't complain. You know, the club's been very welcoming. I've been here since November last year, so been here for about 3 months now, and no, the boys have been great, and mate, as you can see, the weather's been magnificent, so it's good.
Well, that's quite funny. All the Aussies we speak to, all the clubs, the first thing they say is, "Oh, it's cold, isn't it? Oh, it's cold." But you don't seem too bothered about it.
No, not at all. I spent 3 years in Canberra in Australia, so that was cold. Obviously not as cold as it is here, but you know, it's what you've got to expect it to come over here. You hear all about it, so you know, and to live it and enjoy it, train it and whatnot. Well, that's an experience. It's good.
So what drives you to come here? I mean, why come to Super League? Why play for Harlequins? You're a player who's played at the very top of the game. What was the driving force behind this latest challenge in your career?
Mate, well, I had 12 seasons in the NRL in Australia, so I really enjoyed my time there. I thought it was time for me for a bit of a change and come over here and play in the Super League. I was fortunate enough to come over here years ago and play in the World Club Challenge with Super League with the Adelaide Rams. So had a bit of a taste of England over here for a while, and sort of, you know, if I had an opportunity to come back, I'd love to. So thankfully the Quins gave me an opportunity, and here we are.
Ah, mate, what a great place to come back to. And,
you missed it?
Yeah, I have actually. It's been a long time, but it's very good to be back.
Is it as if you haven't been away, or have you been away and just kind of, as you say, missed it and wanted to get back?
Yeah, it's sort of like I haven't been away, but a lot of things have changed at the club. You know, from the top down to the coaches and whatnot, but living wise, I'm sort of living just around the corner from where I lived the first time, so it doesn't really seem like I've left at all.
So you've had to move, and you've moved back as close as possible?
I've moved all the way up north and moved back within about 500 metres of where I was before.
And how has the kind of squad changed since you were down here in terms of the playing staff? I mean, as your coach said, he had to lose a lot of players, but he's brought in a bit of quality, yourself included, and I guess he'll be up there. Well, Rob Purdham was saying it's up there with the best squad since he's been at London, which is a big statement from someone like Rob Purdham, who's been here through the last few years.
Yeah, you're right. Well, he has been here for about 35 years now, Purdham, so it is a big statement. But I think that's probably right because of the quality of depth. When I first came here, you know, we were predominantly Australians, you know, a scattering of English blokes, and the tide's turned a little bit. There's a lot more English culture here now. You know, there's a heap of London young juniors coming through the squad, and you know, there's depth and, you know, pressure on position, so that will make probably the best squad London's assembled.
When I said the words top 8 to Brian Mack, he kind of looked at me as if to say, we want to win something this year. Is that the kind of mentality you can already sense running through in pre-season?
Yeah, definitely, especially with Mack, and you know, it's something that I don't think a lot of clubs talk about, but
he talks big, doesn't he, Matt?
Yeah, why not? I suppose, you know, we're not here to make up the numbers. You know, if we're going to be here, we want to win the comp, so why not set our standards high? And you know, that's something that we've spoken about, and you know, accepting anything less than that, you don't really succeed. I don't think so. That's where we're at.
So Rugby League in London probably in the best nick it's been in. Flying the flag, Harlequins Rugby League. They start Super League 14 at the Stoop Sunday, the 8th of February against the Bradford Bulls.